The state constitution says that the people have a right to peacefully assemble. Peacefully assemble for three things. Three things. To consult each other for the common good. That's one thing. That's one thing we're doing out here as well. We're consulting each other for the common good. One thing we want in common is to make our lives good. Correct?
Correct.
Our lives can only be good when we have housing, which is a human right. Okay? Second thing we have a right to peacefully assemble for is to petition or protest for the redress of a grievance. That's when people protesting because maybe the police did something, the government did something wrong, so the people gather to petition or to protest. All right, we all heard about that. Some of us, many of us have assembled for that reason, to protest. Third, the state constitution says the people have a right to assemble, to instruct their officials. We've never gathered to instruct our officials. So when we say we're assembling, we have a right to assemble. We're not assembling here to sell anything. We're not assembling here for commercial activities. We're assembling to consult each other for the common good, which is housing, and we assemble to give instruction to our public servants. And those instructions is, get up out of here, you're fired. Those are our instructions, okay? So this assembly is lawful, so the police can't do anything about it. I think those policemen right there, they understand that's why we are not going anywhere, all right? Assembly has power. Assembly can remove a government without voting. That's why they fear our assembly.
Yeah.
They don't fear us assembling just to hear speeches, just to hold up poster boards and protesting. They fear the assembly to take them down. That's the assembly that they fear. And that's why we're assembling. We're assembling to take something down and put something up that's beneficial to us. How many of you think the current government is beneficial to us?
Nope.
How many think this free housing program is beneficial to us?
Yes.
The people have spoken. The people have spoken. In the past couple of days, they witnessed you rising by the numbers. They fear numbers now. They fear numbers because numbers is power.
Yeah.
They saw tens of thousands of people calling our hotline, tens of thousands of people hitting our website, tens of thousands of people spreading messages on Facebook. They feared your rise. So what, ladies and gentlemen, let me let you know today that this is war. This is war. We're not coming to start a war. We've always been at war. We just been losing the war.
Yeah, we win.
But these few little corrupt officials, they can't stop the masses of the people.
Nope.
That's why they fear the masses of the people coming together. So what are their mechanisms of warfare? It's called hybrid warfare. They don't just come and assassinate somebody like myself or these officers. They character assassinate us so that you won't believe what we're doing. So you will fear assembly to assert your power. One question, everybody. And it's a question that the Fox News report and all the others refuse to answer. Because they will also, what can I say, prosecute themselves with this statement if they answer it correctly. Who do the houses of this city belong to?
The people.
Who does it belong to?
The people.
Who does this building belong to?
The people.
The people. It doesn't belong to a mayor, a city council, or a treasurer. It belongs to you.
That's right.
That's why on our conference calls, we always let the people know that the first thing the city charter says, and it gives us a bill of rights. It doesn't give us rights. It just states what our rights are. Rights are natural. So the city charter can't give you a right. It just acknowledges that you have a right. And the first right that it acknowledges, it says this. The city of Detroit recognizes that it is a service institution that is in subordination to the people of Detroit. How many people know what the word subordination means? It means they are under
your orders
of the people.
Under your orders.
So when we come here and say, the people, what do you want? And the people say, we want housing. They got to bow down and listen. And if they don't, we know they're not because they're trying to stop us from doing this. So they have been dismissed by who? The people. They just said they're under our orders. So how is it a scam for us to give them orders and take what's ours? It's not a scam. Matter of fact, you all ought to be angry at them because that's a genocidal action by trying to stop the political will of the people. What is? We would.
Let us hear.
All right. Yes.
Let us hear it.
What they're trying to do, everyone, is get us to move.
Not again.
They're trying to get us to move, but we have the right to. That's why we read that we have a right to peacefully assemble. Devin, you might have to, because they had a posting about this, so let they go with you to place that in the.
Okay.
But ladies and gentlemen, these people, of course, they want to disrupt you not because they have business. They want to not these police here, but the other people who work for the city. They fear your rise. But if they treat you right, we will let them remain in a position for the city. But it be for the new people of the city, the new people who run this city.
That's right.
Right now, we run this city. We paid our blood, sweat, and tears. We live here. We have a right to peacefully assemble. We have a right to peacefully assemble. We're not disrupting your activity, man, but we have a right to peacefully assemble. We have a right to peacefully assemble. We have a right to peacefully assemble. We have a right to peacefully assemble, to consult each other for the common good, to petition for the redress of a grievance, and we have the right to petition to give instruction to our officials. Now, we're not going to disrupt you all. Continue what you're doing. Continue what you're doing. My people.
Let's listen up. Let's listen up.
If they really love the people themselves, they wouldn't mind. But they just want your money. They don't care about you either. That's why the enemy of the people has always been two types. I'm not saying it's all those types, but two types. The educated and the business people that's trying to make some money off the people because they don't want you to have your own money in the first place.
Right, right.
But we're not going to even address that. We're here for one reason only. We're here to assert our right of self-determination. This is a public servant. He acts like he's a public servant, actually.
Right.
He works for us. He
Yeah.
serves us. He's acting kind.
Yes.
He doesn't serve the mayor and them who want to remain in their position because they are really out of their position right now because you have spoken. Only 10% of you all voted in the first place. Only 10% of a city of, what, 700,000 people, only 70,000 people voted, and they only voted because they didn't know they had this option right here.
That's right.
If they knew they had this option, most of them would not have voted.
True.
But we have an option, and this is not a scam. That's why we're still here. This is not a scam.
Not a scam. Not a
It's genocide on their part by trying to stop you from having a home.
Right.
That's genocide because you need what to survive? Food, clothing, and what? When someone denies your shelter, they sentencing you to death.
True, true.
Are you gonna let somebody sit there and kill you?
No.
While they live in a mayor's mansion?
No.
A city council member's mansion for money they stole from you? We're not gonna allow that, people. We're not gonna allow that. We don't come in a hostile manner. We don't come in a hostile manner. We could have came out here with all kinds of guns. We don't allow one brother to come out here with a gun. One brother. So this is not hostile. We come in peace, peaceful assemble. I mean, y'all come to cause some harm. Y'all didn't come to cause harm. Y'all came peacefully to get what belongs to you. This belongs to you, everyone. They already, they claim they almost won, but they affected our assembly already by spreading lies on the media. Said we're asking for your social security number and personal information.
No, you didn't.
We're scamming the people. Nobody wants to be scammed. So when they heard that, the masses of people said, hey, I don't want to be scammed. And they knew that. So not only is the government genocidal to you, the media is an instrument of genocide against us. So if any of y'all media are listening and going to hear this, we coming for you too. we coming for you too. Because you're exercising, trying to suppress the political will of the people, which equals genocide. These people work for the city out here. If y'all really want to continue to work for the city, which means work for the people, y'all should help us pass out some of these flyers. Y'all should help us sign these people up if you work for the people. You don't work for the people. You work for your own selfish self. That's what you work for. If you work for the people, you'll be doing what we're doing instead of lying on us. You're exercising genocide against your own kind. That ends today, people. That ends. It's already ended because we're stopping it ourselves. We have a right to self-determination. We have a right to take over this city. We have a right to take it peacefully. That's the law. That's the first option. The first option. The first option. The first option. The first thing your city charter says is that they are insubordination. I don't care if it's the mayor or even the president if he came to Detroit. He's under our orders. Under our orders. So I dare you stop the will of the people. I dare you call it a lie to try to defame us to keep the people from participating. So everyone, go out and convince others that look, you all fell for the okie doke. You fell for a lie. From liars. Known liars. They are known liars.
Yep.
When have we lied to you? Do you have a right to self-determination or not?
Yes.
Political power inherited the people or not?
Yes.
Well, if we are lying, this dang old country is a lie in the first place.
Right.
Because they didn't want to say political power is inherited in the people.
They said
They
it.
didn't want to say that people have a right to stand up, but if the government is not doing right, get them up out of the place
They said
and
it.
establish something else for the people. That's what we're doing. We ain't scamming nobody. So that's a lie that they told. It is not a lie. That's not to be taken lightly. It's a lie that's denying you of your livelihood. So you ought to be ready to overturn the daggone media itself. But the media's only working for the interests of the rich. They only work for the interests of the government. So please, I know y'all are here because y'all didn't believe the media. You are the chosen few that don't fall for anything from these wicked people. You're the chosen few. So we're not here to keep you all alone. We want to let you know, look, you have some rights. You are the chosen few. The chosen few. I don't need it. You are the chosen few. Here's my sister right here. This is my sister who they had on the news.
All right.
Chop the words up.
Go ahead, Toy. Tell them the truth.
Of course, this sister was kind of angry. We made a mistake with the dealing process. We're just human. We're growing power. We have power. We're growing authority, that is. We already have power. So there's going to be some mistakes. But why did the media chop this? She spoke for over 30 minutes to the media. They chopped it up and made it look crazy on the news. I love this sister. This sister loves me. She loves what we are doing
Yes.
because we are empowering her. Well, she's already in power, but we giving her some prosperity. We have
Yes.
to use our power today, brothers and sisters, to put ourselves in a prosperous position. Why are we born in a city that is worth over $600 billion in the value of real estate alone? Why are we homeless in a city that has hundreds of thousands of empty properties? Why are we homeless? Something is going wrong.
Something is wrong.
And we just here to address that. We're here to scam nobody.
No, indeed.
We're not here to scam any of you. So those who call it a scam, they are just ignorant, and the media and the government is playing off the fact that they are ignorant. They are playing off the fact that they are trigger words. They call it trigger words. Scam artist is a trigger word. It causes you not to listen to that person. Oh, you're a scam artist. But we giving you the main trigger word. It's called self-determination, and you're fired. We run this. Self-determination. Everybody say self-determination. 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 Who owns this city?
We do.
Who owns this city?
We do.
Who owns this city?
We do.
Okay, that's what the city charter says. That's what the state constitution says. That's what the founding document of this country called the Declaration of Independence says. It says that we have certain inalienable rights, among them our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. It says that government is constructed so that we can be safe and feel happy. But when the government does not answer those needs, you have the right, no, not the right, excuse me, you have the duty to alter or abolish them.
That's right.
And that's what we're doing. We're altering and abolishing. We're not going to abolish everything. We might get these brothers right here a job as human rights policy officers. These some good brothers. They just don't know. They just don't know. Many of our people just don't know. But today, we are knowing a light has been turned on. They never wanted the people on the plantation to start talking. When you start talking on the plantation, what's coming up next? Some escapes from the plantation, some revolts on the plantation. So now today we're talking, and there's going to be some revolting going on here today. We're not saying violent revolt, we're just saying stand up and overturn what's there that's not right. And it's not right. So people, number one, this is not a scam. Number one, this is your right. Number two, always know that there's going to be opposition to what's right.
Yes.
If the system was right, then we'll be doing what we're doing.
Right.
But the system is not right. That's why you're there, and they're going to oppose what is right. How do they oppose it? Various ways. Through the media. They try to use the police to try to arrest us and stop our gatherings. They try to use city workers and stuff to spread false propaganda against us. So expect that opposition. What did Jesus say in the Bible to the Christians out here? He said, you'll be persecuted in my name.
Right.
He said, you'll be brought to jails. You'll be brought before kings in my name. You're going to be persecuted for being righteous for the people. So expect that, and don't believe their mechanisms of wickedness, their mechanisms of suppression to press us down and keep our political will down. But we're up today, so we're not going to talk long to you. It's like preaching to the choir, because you already know. You didn't fall for what the masses of our people didn't fail for. But now we got to go out and reach the masses of our people and say, look, we have a right. We was out there again today. Even if I get arrested, if they shoot us down, does that make it wrong? Dr. King got arrested 11 times. He got assassinated by the same government that we still vote for. Still vote for the government that killed our Dr. King. I bet all these people out here, most of you all vote. But listen, I'm not going to blame you for voting because you didn't know that there was an option.
Right.
You didn't know that there was an option. But now that you know that there's an option called self-determination, you don't have to submit to voting in their system. You can say, to heck with that system, we're taking over ourselves. Isn't that what we celebrate on the 4th of July? We celebrate the 4th of July the fact that some white men who had our parents as slaves said, hold on, the British are treating us unfairly. So we have a right to govern ourselves on this territory.
Right.
So do you think the most unfairly treated people and the worst treated people on the earth don't have the same right?
Right.
In the blackest city in America with the whitest mayor.
Right.
Something wrong with us. Something is wrong. What's wrong with us? We got a white mayor suppressing us with black millions around them. And we the blackest city in America. We should be the richest city in the world. We are the richest city in the world. Detroit now is full of millionaires. You know why? Because we then took over the city and we dividing the spoils with our people. So we're the richest now. Raise your hand if you're the richest people in the world. We're the richest people. We got 3 houses. We ain't bad for no houses. We the richest people in the world, so let's take over what's ours today. Alright, we're not going to hold you long, but we had to just come strong a little bit because they're attacking us. This is war. And for those who are listening, to the media, to the government, to the media, who's a war mechanism of the government, I tell y'all what, I'm going to look dead in this camera because we're going to publish it to y'all. I'm going to look at the camera, I'm looking at y'all. Listen, but I'm talking to those who are going to be seeing this who are in the media, who are government. We are now declaring our independence. This is a liberation struggle. And if you try to stop us, we're going to use any means necessary to make sure you don't stop us. We're not declaring war. We're declaring war against those who war against us. Period. We're not inviting our people to violence. But don't you dare try to stop my people from living. You can't stop my people from living. You can't stop my people from living, but you already made the first strike already. You already took the first strike. So now it's all opposition from here for us. Offense for us. So let's take these houses that belong to us. It's not a scam. Take the house. Is it your house, brother? It's your house, right? Is it your house, sister? Is it your house? Is it your house? It's your house. Okay, the people are spoken. If they are insubordination to the people, listen to the people.
That's right.
Even if you get rid of Ramzu, get rid of me, get rid of Dan, get rid of Malak, get rid of all the policy officers, get rid of us. But the people still have spoken, so why don't you replace us and give the people the houses for free?
Right.
But they don't represent your will. They represent their own selfish selves. So we're going to get out of here. These people, they're trying their best to get rid of us. Sister, if you act righteous, we'll give you a job, sister, for the city. For the real city, if you act righteous.
Right.
If you don't act righteous, then you don't go out the door with them. If you don't act righteous, these people are your people. These are your people. All right, everybody. We came here for one thing. You ain't come here to hear me run my mouth.
Right.
I just ran my mouth here to clear up something. We don't have the media machine they have.
Right.
I hope you all are streaming some of this live, putting on social media so they can hear the truth.
Right.
And see who are the liars and see who are those that's trying to kill them.
Right.
Somebody's trying to kill you.
Right.
They're already killing you.
Right.
How many people died from stress because of the last housing crisis? Over 100,000 people illegally evicted. How many of those people died? How many of us are dying every day because of the stress of poverty?
Right.
That's the biggest pandemic, not no pandemic.
Right.
That's the biggest pandemic is poverty.
Right.
So why don't they answer that pandemic? By
Right.
giving you some houses, by
Right.
giving you reparations. Well, this is a humanitarian intervention. Even if the other people don't even know and are not aware, they are still in a crisis. They're still, your human rights are still being abused. So somebody has to step up and say, look, I'm going to intervene in my people's right to life.
Right.
I'm going to intervene in my people's right to housing. I'm going to intervene in my people's right to liberty.